First, we want to welcome everybody here. You're all either relatives or close friends of Cindy or Michael. And, watching them get married today, I'm not an emotional guy, especially in public, but it brought a tear to my eye when I saw them standing up there. And I've never cried in public. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but I don't know. I'm not sure right now. Now, I'm not the greatest public speaker, so I take an easy way out. I read a poem that I made up. And so I'm going to read you a poem, and it's sort of a fairy tale, and it's about, take a guess.
Cindy and Mikey.
Very good. Let's hear it for him. Yay. Okay, pay attention. There's a quiz at the end, okay? The early years. Oh, by the way, this is sort of about their life together, so it's kind of long, so. Mike and Cindy were blessed with families as strong as can be. Cindy had parents named Judy and Henry. Mike had loving parents who were Della and me. Both families lived in the land of Walnut, where soccer was played a lot. Their kids played soccer together from when they were tots. All through Somebody told me I should wait if anybody laughs. All through high school, they did not with each other go on dates. They had no idea that someday they would be loving mates. The Middle Ages. After high school, they went to college and received a degree. This proved they were not just people of great beauty. Although Mike Brothers said, "This can't be true," Mike has always lived his life like he doesn't have a clue. Hold it down. Sometime during this period, they started dating each other. They kissed and found they were no longer like a sister and brother. I had something I was going to do that was funny, but somebody said it was inappropriate. So. Like many young couples, they were together one day and then would fall apart. And over time, this can really mess with the heart. For the better part of a decade, 11 years I'm told actually, but for the better part of a decade, this situation would repeat and repeat and repeat. But something would draw them back together and not let them give up in defeat. At this part in the story, I want to talk about a special guy, and I'm sure he's looking down on us from high in the sky. Henry was a great husband, provider, and father, and I can feel him smiling with pride at his loving daughter. The awakening. Sometimes a life event strikes us to the core. We look at our life and the real options we have to explore. I didn't memorize it, sorry. We see our loved ones and the happiness they bring us. It makes it clear as to what life should be our main purpose. Let me try that one again. It makes it clear as to what in life should be our main purpose. Now let's hear it. They looked hard at their hearts and saw their love was true. Engagement came next, and some were heard to say, "It's about time." Yahoo! The future. I had to think about this one very carefully, but after marriage, they buy a house and have kids as cute as can be. Just like Haley, but that's not the rhyme. But that's okay, because in the end, no, wrong paragraph. I'm an amateur. Most people, I better say it the whole thing again, because you'll probably forget what I was saying. After marriage, they buy a house and have kids as cute as can be. Most people say it's lucky for them they take after Cindy. As they grow old, Cindy stays slim and Mike gets a little fat. But that's okay, because in the end, they know that love is where it's at. Fat at, okay? Mike and Cindy love having their relatives and friends around. And for the rest of their lives, they have many adventures and happy times abound. That's the end of the fairy tale. But I have one more story to tell. Why? It says right here, there's still one more story to tell. I just need to tell it, and it may be told forever. I think it will be a family tradition, as it's exciting and clever. Mike thinks of himself as a fairly tough guy with muscles galore.
It's true.
And in his mind, he's always ready to go to war. Galore, war. Got it? Well, Mike brothers tell a story that's kind of funny. Mike was washing his car, and robbers tried to take his money. From behind a bush, the robbers told him to reach for the sky. Mike did what they said and raised his hands.
Yeah, good job.
As it turned out, there was nothing to fear. The robbers were Darren and Kevin, his brothers dear. Over the years, this story has been enhanced. Sorry, Mike. The latest version is Mike peed his pants. Our advice to Cindy and Mike both: to have a happy marriage, you cannot coast. Focus on making your spouse happy every day of your life, and you will be a happy husband and wife. Here's the part where to Mike and Cindy, may they live happily ever after.
All right, I don't know how we're going to follow that up, but we'll give it a shot. Good evening, everybody. My brother and I are really honored to be here today to be talking to all of you. This would be something that our dad would do, so we're going to give it our best shot. So our oldest, beautiful, and loving sister, Cindy, got married to an unbelievable man today, Michael Gallagher. It's every dad and brother's dream to have somebody like Mike for your daughter or sister to marry. This day is truly special and a date that we'll never forget as a family and with all of you guys here today. It's also truly special because it's just by happenstance, my parents' anniversary today as well. So they get to share it with someone special. So today is a celebration. It's really a celebration of starting a life together for two people and two families. We have two beautiful families here today, and it's really something special. So we would like to thank everybody first for making this day a memorable one. Family and friends are Cindy and Mike's number one priority. And we would like to first thank the Gallagher family for everything they've done, all their love and support for Mike and Cindy. And we would also like to thank the Serrano family for everything they did to help, bring this day together. So this is something special. And then we have everybody else. So all of you guys here in this room, you have impacted Cindy and Mike in a special way, and you guys are here to share this day with them. And so we thank you for coming far. And you guys have, I know we have San Francisco. Who do we have in the room? Kansas City. Kansas City is in the house. Who else do we got? I know we got New York. We got New York at the corner. And then we got Walnut. So I know this is a toast. But as a brother, we have to tell some funny stories. So we're gonna take a little jab at both Mike and Cindy. So bear with us. So I want to tell you a little bit about my sister, Cynthia Lynn Serrano. Most of you, Gallagher, hey. Most of you know her by Cindy or Sinson or Sin. Cindy Lou. Okay, us Serranos know her by Cynthia Lynn Serrano. And the reason is our parents, Henry and Judy, always called her by Cynthia Lynn Serrano when she was in trouble. And you can guess that happened quite a bit. So thank you, Cynthia Lynn Serrano. Gallagher. I'll get used to it. So Cindy being the firstborn, and as you can tell, she's very outgoing. She always had that nature of being extremely outgoing. She loves life and she loves to party. Some would even say she's a little crazy, but we don't think so. So she has this spark and energy about her that truly makes her unique. She was always the mother hen of the Serrano bunch, Christina, Steve, and me. She was a dancer growing up. She did the hula. She had hip hop, ballet. I can't even remember all the recitals we went to. But one funny story is we had a family trip to Hawaii just not too long ago. And Cindy used to do these poi balls, I think they're called. And you throw them like this. And so in Hawaii, they had them there. And so she thought she would rekindle her dancing nature and be outgoing. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out very right because we were somewhere. I forgot where were we. We were at some ceremony or something. And she kept trying to do this move where she would throw the ball over her head. And we had a crowd around us. And she just kept hitting herself in the back of the head. And so she was everybody's comedic relief for about 25 minutes as the show started. So my sister loved to dance, and I don't know how she managed this being the mother hen. She basically convinced us to do recitals for mom and dad at our house in Walnut. So she would dress us up in odd clothing. Of course, we all matched. I'm getting there. She coordinated colors and outfits. Don't ask how she managed to get Steve and I to do this. She even got us to wear tights. And I think I saw a picture with heels, Steve. Didn't we have heels on or something like that? No. So don't judge us. That was our Cindy, planning and taking care of everybody, putting everybody's interests before her own, always making sure her family was taken care of. As younger siblings, we looked to her for guidance. She always provided us a light to follow. She got to make all the mistakes, and we just got to follow her. She truly lights up the lives of the people she encounters, and her true beauty shines both on the inside and out. She was our dad's pumpkin. We both know, and my brother and I feel the pride and love that our dad has here with us today. So I'm going to pass it over to my brother to say some words.
All right, so now we get to talk about Mike. So I first met Mike during our soccer tournaments. Mike's dad was my coach for a long time throughout regular soccer, spring soccer. Played with Darren over here. Mike being the older brother, he was always there, our older brother figure at practice, showing us how to do different moves, the spin move, I remember that. Still didn't master that, but that's all right. So we knew Mike in his younger years when he used to play soccer, and anyone that played soccer against Mike knew to stay away from Mike. Mike loved the referees, loved yelling at them and getting cards from them. Yellow cards and red cards especially. But then Mike decided to play indoor soccer with me. I didn't even know there was such thing as a blue card until I played indoor soccer and Mike got one. But in all seriousness, this couple in front of us is very special. They balance each other out in every way. Mike provides the structure, financial perspective, calmness, and security. Cindy provides the emotion, openness, energy, and goofballness. Today, we're giving away a very special woman, our sister, Cindy, but we're gaining a wonderful brother and even better man. She's yours now, Mike. No takebacks. But friends and family, if we could please raise our glasses for Mike and Cindy Gallagher to a beautiful start of a marriage, two becoming one, and many more happy memories to come. Salud.
I'm going to try to get through this, Kay. Us Toronto girls are just pretty emotional, so. Welcome, everybody. I'm Cindy's younger sister, Chrissy. I think it's safe to say that everyone in this room is happy this day is finally here. It's been 11 years in the making, but these two are officially Mr. and Mrs. Gallagher. I was lucky and honored to be asked to be Cindy's maid of honor. It's truly a very special privilege for me. Ever since I was little, I've always looked up to this little lady over here. She's my big sister, and anything that she bought, I wanted it. Anything that she did, I wanted to do. She did water polo and swimming. Of course, I followed in her footsteps. We were just always little sidekicks, but that just goes for all of us Toronto siblings. Like my brother said, she would get us to do choreographed dance routines for Mom and Dad, and those really made for some funny videos. Another funny story I have of my sister and I, we used to live in the same room together, and my mom and dad gave us a day bed, and Cindy got to sleep on the day bed, but she convinced me that it would be so awesome for me to pull up my bed every night and prop it up, and that would be the coolest thing. So of course I jumped at the chance. My sister said it was cool. I was gonna do it. So I did it, but as time went on, the bed just did not want to stay up anymore. So I'd wake up, half down, and eventually just wouldn't stay up at all. So Mom and Dad said it was finally time for us to have our own rooms. And I just remember that first night. The whole night we just cried our eyes out saying, "We miss our sissy." And we were just one room away from each other. But then as we got older, we quickly grew out of that stage and into fighting over borrowing each other's clothes, and somehow me always ruining hers. And then we just kept growing in our relationship, and more recently we've been able to go on fun little getaway trips to New York, San Francisco, and having magical nights in the city. We both share a passion for country music and love to see any concert, especially Tim McGraw. Yes. I'm just so grateful for our special bonds. And you truly are my best friend, my giggle bug, my twin, and partner in crime. I love you. Where to start with Mikey? Well, I grew up knowing Mikey as one of the Gallagher boys, and just knowing that his dad was the coach to my brother, Steven. But then as Mike and Cindy kept dating, I quickly learned that Mike just was a person with so much passion for life and was seriously the biggest goofball you'll ever meet. Secret, but don't tell anyone. Some fun facts: he never gets full, and he'll never pass a meal up. And he has the craziest dance moves you'll ever see. But actually, you already just saw them. So, and Cindy has the same exact dance moves as him, so they're like a perfect pair for each other. Who knew? Yes, exactly. It's just, lost my spot. Hold on one second. It's funny, Mikey can just make us all laugh in our family, and especially when he talks about his fun newest pair of purple pattern socks to add to his collection, and can never pass up a slice of pizza. Oh, yeah. So good. I just love how Mikey and Cindy started their relationship based on friendship, and have gone through good times and bad, and helped each other through, and become stronger because of it. You two really fit together like two peas in a pod. And I love how you say to each other, you're the missing puzzle piece, because you can really see that when you're together. And especially because Cindy's super bubbly, but when you're around Mike, she's like to a whole new level. So I just know that, I know Daddy's not here today to spend this special day with us, but I know he's sending butterfly kisses down to you, and he would tell you that you're stunning and the most beautiful bride he's ever seen. And that Mikey, he couldn't have picked a better person for his little pumpkin. I just wish you both nothing but so much happiness, and I can't wait for little ones to run around. They're gonna be seriously the cutest babies. But please everyone raise your glasses for the new Mr. and Mrs. Gallagher.
Last toast giver for the night, our best man, Kevin Gallagher.
Steady. All right, guys, last one. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Mike's little brother, Kevin. When Mike first asked me to be his best man, I was thrilled because I'd actually already written this best man speech about 2 years ago for my older brother, Darren's wedding. I worked very hard at this speech. I practiced in the mirror multiple times. I even eventually memorized the whole thing. I did all this and realized, as the wedding was coming up, there was no mention of me being the best man. Needless to say, I never got to read that speech. Did I, Darren? But anyway, here we are at my brother Mikey's wedding. I would just like to say how beautiful all the bridesmaids look today. What was that, Jen? Am I single? I'm trying to give a toast here, but why, yes, I am currently single. To answer your question, why, yes, I am currently single. I do have a semi-steady job. I am 6'2" on a good day with blue eyes and a head full of thick, strong, lustrous hair. Oh, wait. Scratch that last part. Thanks for the good genes, Mom and Dad. Like I said before, here we are at my brother Mikey's wedding. It seems like not so long ago when Mike would train me at soccer. It must have been about 20 years ago. Yes, right around the same time these two started dating. Anyway, Mike would take me to Walnut High School, and we would do these intense one-on-one soccer sessions. I distinctly remember a summer day when I was 17 years old. I had just graduated from high school, and Mike and I were out training. After the session, he sat down and looked off in the distance, kind of nodding his head, almost as if he was convincing himself of something. He looked at me, and I looked at him, and we didn't say anything. But we both knew I had finally become better at soccer than him. Now, if you know Mike at all, you know he's an extremely competitive person. So this was a lot for him to take in. And more importantly, it was a lot for him to accept. But accept he did. He supported me in my quest to become a professional soccer player. That's right, ladies, professional soccer player. He came to almost all my soccer games and was there for me in my highs, and more importantly, was there for me in my lows. I just wanted to thank my brother for all the support and love he has given me all these years. He truly is an amazing brother, and he is a great example for me to have. Now, yeah, you could clap if you want. Now, we get to the much prettier of the two, Cindy. Cindy can literally brighten up an entire room just by being herself. I've never met someone with as much energy and passion as her. I love Cindy because she doesn't try to be anybody else. Cindy is Cindy. Is she a little wild? Yes. Is she a little silly? Yes. Do I ever know what she's gonna do next? No. Does she know how to start a party? Definitely. I love my new sister and look forward to us spending more time together as a family. Speaking of family, Mom, Mother, I know what you're thinking in your head. 3 down, 1 to go. But guess what, Mom? You're gonna have to wait a while for this cowboy to take his last ride. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Mike, Cindy, you have a great balance between each other. My dad always tells us that happiness is everything, and I know that you guys make each other extremely happy. Cherish this day because you remember it forever. I am looking forward to the future, and have your stunnishes ready because the future is looking bright. If everyone could please raise your glasses. Cheers to the happy couple.
Very nice. One more time for all your toast givers, ladies and gentlemen.